Hello everybody, I'm AromaNova and today I'm going to record a draft for tjptunnel.com. Okay, let's start with the draft. Let's see what we have here. The rare is Soulbringer, it's quite good. Otherwise, Master of Arms I like a lot. I like the Lumen and the Living Offering, but I think I go with the rare here because if this card is good in your deck, it's a really good card in the deck, and I like to play with the rares to try them out in the draft. So, we got past another one. I guess we take it and try to get as much wisps as possible. The other good cards in the deck are of sure Knight of Sorrow, Living Example is very nice, Bike Bag, Helm, Parma, Ankle Cutter. The other four I don't really like, but I like to pick up another Soulbringer. So here we have not really a shadow card we want. Rika is alright because of the body, but I think I go here with the Amanera because it fits best to the Soulbringer if you end up in shadow and time, so I think I try to go with this one. Okay, what do we have here? We have Shadow Stalker. He's okay. The body is a bit small for 3/3, and yeah, you don't always have tribute. I like him in a Nightfall deck, but often you don't end up in the Nightfall deck, so I probably take here the Helm because I think it's a really good card, and yeah, we don't know yet where we end up, so I like to surf a bit in the early packs. Okay, here would be another Nightfall card. Maybe I should have taken the 4-drop, but what else do we have? We have the Delinquent, which is okay. The Pistol is also okay. But the Huntress is quite good if you end up playing her. I think the question is if you want to keep on surfing or if you want to take like the Delinquent to have a Shadow 2-drop. He blocks alright, Sabotage is sometimes right. I think I go with 2-drop to, yeah, I mean I have 2 Soulbringers and I really would like to play them. So this pack doesn't has a lot to offer. Rotor Cycle is alright, Petition is okay and it's fixing. I think I go with the Petition to give the opportunity to actually splash something. It's hard to get fixing in this format, so it's hard to splash, but sometimes it's nice if you can splash some cards. So here we have the Umbran, the Mistress and the Amanera. So let's see what we have. The Umbrum is good with wisps, so is the Mistress. And the Amanera is just a good early block. But I think I go here with the Umbran and try to stick in shadow for the moment. Here we have a Spore Breath. Spore Breath is alright. It's not the best removal in the early game, but it's a good removal in the later stages of the game. Here Rindra's Choice is not that good in limited because usually you don't really hit something, but Sledge is a really good card, so I think I pick up Sledge at this point. So here I just take the Wisp. It's not, I don't really play this card usually, but you never know. But a 2 mana 1/2 ambush is just not really a good card. Here we don't really have something. I take the Canary and the Rager, which I never will play. So let's see what we have now. We have Torrent of Spiders. it's an okay card. Scavenger is also alright. And so are, yeah, I think I stick to the shadow cards and try out Torrent of Spiders. So here we have Xenon Destroyer, an Unseen Agent, and 2 time cards in Oasis Seeker and Cerosaur. I don't really am interested in all the other cards, so I guess I hide the green and the red for the moment, because I'm aiming at shadow and time. So I think I go, yeah, it's between the secrets, this one. I think I go with it's close between the 2-drop and the 3-drop, because 2-drops are quite important, but I think Cerosaur is a bit more powerful, but I think I take the 2-drop at this point. Here we have an Extinguish, a Duskwalker and a Creeper, but removal is very important, so I go with the Extinguish. Here we don't have that much in our colors. Hourglass is, I don't like to play it in limited. Spiketail is alright, but we won't have a lot of dinos, and 4 mana for a 4/2 is not that good. But maybe Lumen could fit in the deck. We already have a bit of life gain. Sometimes it's okay to make some tokens, so I try it out. So here we have the 5/2 Radiant with Lifesteal, he's alright. Last Light Infusion is also okay, and Instinct is sometimes quite good and sometimes no, it always depends on the size of your creatures, but I think I go here with the Instinct because it also helps to get tribute for the Soulbringers. So in this pack we don't have that much. Excavate is sometimes playable, but I'm not a big fan of it in limited. The Waystone is for sure alright. The X is a late game card. Sometimes I play it, but often I don't. I think I go with the Excavate here. Maybe we get some good removal, which is worth to actually put back on top of the deck to win some games. Lumen Defender I like a lot. It's a good body, as deadly, and it gives 5 life. Otherwise it would be the Slasher, who would also fit in the deck at this point. Here we have another Instinct, Devour and a Scavenger. The Scavenger is okay, but we most certainly won't get a Valkyrie. Maybe we get a Valkyrie. Devour is alright. I think I rather try here the Devour. Actually we might end up with some tokens in the deck, and it also helps with tribute. Here we don't really have something. I don't want to play Infinite Hourglass, so I take second Instinct, but usually I don't play 2. Here we don't really have something. I take the Banner in case we want to splash Justice. Here we have the Initiate, but he's also not that good because he's not relevant in the later stages of the game, and the Ramp usually also is not relevant. I like to pick up the Disciplined Amanera because we might end up in a deck with quite some life gain. So the next pack we have a Mirris Nightshade. I like Mirris Nightshade. It's a 2-drop. The ultimate is quite good. Yeah, it fits good in the deck. Otherwise it would be like the Disciplined or Seek Power, but I'm glad to pick here up the rare. So here we have Xenon Destroyer, Boulder Adventurer, the Wisp and the Duskcaller. Let's see what we should pick up. I think I go with the Destroyer here. It's quite a good card, especially combined with some removal, and the life gain might matter in the end. so I go with him. This pack has a Cerosaur or an Extinguish, but I think I stick here to the removal and pick up another Extinguish. Here we don't really have something in our colors. I don't want Initiate, I don't even want to play the first one. I'm not really gonna splash any of these cards. Maybe Lightning Strike is splashable, or just take the rare for some dust. And I guess because I probably won't splash Lightning Strike, even if I could, I just take some dust. This is again not the best pack for us. We have a Waystone, could be okay. Oathkeeper and Strength are very good cards, but not in our colors. Sporefog and the Grenadine, both I don't really like, so I go with the Waystone here. Here we have a Banner, a Disciplined and a Spiketail. I don't want a second Excavate, but I think I will have a second Amanera to profit a bit more from the life gain in the deck. And so the Wisp. The Wisp is, in my opinion, much better than like an Amanera, because if you get once life you already get a 4/4, which is quite good, and it fits good in the deck. And it's a Wisp, which is very important with the 2 Soulbringers. Here we don't really have something. Sometimes the Assistant is okay, but I usually don't like it, so Blast is also not really good. The other cards are just not in our colors, so I take the Assistance, but I don't want to play him in the end. Here we have a Champion, but yeah, it's not like a card I would splash, but maybe the Aspirant will be good enough in the deck, but usually he's just too tiny. A 1 power 1/1 is not that good. Here we have Throne, Disjunction and the Banner. I think I just take another Banner in case we end up splashing, because Disjunction I don't really like in Limited, and yeah, Throne is a very good card, but not in our colors. Here we don't have anything for us, so I take the Furnace. And here I pick up the last card, Pack Hunt. So let's see what we have here. We have a Gravetender, which is a Wisp, a Spitling, which is also a Wisp, but not a good one, so I think I have to take the Gravetender. It's sometimes hard to get him with Tribute, and otherwise he's just not good enough. 3 power 1/1 Flyer is just not good enough, but maybe we get some things to get Tribute and make it playable, and then need more Wisps. I think I should actually pick Wisps over most other cards if there are some in the pack. Well, not Spite Feeder, because it's really bad. The stuff is quite good. I don't want a second Spore Breath, and we have Cut Ties. Cut Ties is a bit on the slower side, but it's a very solid removal and it's a fast spell. So I think I go here with the removal. I like to have some removal in the deck, especially in such a deck which is a bit controlish and grindy. I like to have removal on the top end. Here we have Training Grounds, a Target Color and another Amanera. I think I go with the Target Color because it's a solid 2-drop and quick draw often matters. Otherwise I probably would pick up Training Ground as another 2-drop because we already have quite some 3s, so I go with the Target Color. Here we have a Preserver, fits quite good in the deck and I'm glad to pick it up. Otherwise the Lumen is okay and the Grimy Alp whatever is also okay, but I really like to pick the Preserver of Dualities up here because it fits very good in the deck. So here it is between Grave Tender and Living Example, but I think Living Example is such a good card to pick it easy over the Mediocre Wisp, even though we don't have that many Wisps, but actually if you get one in the Void, Soulbringer is already good enough, and Living Example is a really good card. Here we have the Corrupted Umbran. It's the best Shadow common, I think. The combination of the good body and Berserk and Lifesteal is just very, very good. Here we have a Parma. The Parma is alright. I think Transmog Grifter is not really playable. The Jackal neither, and I don't want 2 power 1/2 ambush creatures in my deck, so I go with the Parma. Here we have a Rotor Cycle or Training Grounds. Let's see, flying is quite hard to get in Xenon colors, so maybe we should pick up him, but our curve is already quite high, so I go with Training Grounds. It's a solid card and the early game quite matters. Here we have a Blade Whirl. I like Blade Whirl, especially on a creature with evasion. He quite does a lot, and it's a nice top end. The Elementalist I don't like. It's for 3 power, you don't want to play a 2/2, which sometimes has an impact that isn't even that relevant. Here we have quite nothing. I take whatever. Here I take the Feeder and the Bite. So let's see how we build this deck. Usually I just cut everything I'm not sure about as first, like all the cards I don't really want in the deck, and then I add again some cards if I have to. So maybe One Instinct is fine. This all looks fine. So we're at 28 cards. Let's see how this looks in this. We have 1 attachment, it's 7 spells, 1 unit. The curve is decent. Let's see what we could cut here. I don't want to cut any of the 2-drops because we are a bit low on them. Let's see. We could either cut like the Lumen as the top end, because we don't have that much life gain, or we could cut like one of these because he's just alright. I think I go and cut one of these and keep him as the top end. So let's have another look over the cards, that I don't miss any card I would like in the deck and accidentally cut. Pack Hunt would be nice, but I don't like it as a slow spell for 6 mana. It just doesn't do enough. It's like 1 Wisp we don't play, but it's a very bad one. So I think I'm fine with this deck. And I usually go with 18 powers unless I have a really low curve. So let's add some power with the Waystone. And now see, we have 16 Shadow, 12, so 10-8 should be fine. So that's the deck, and let's see and try how it goes in the game. Okay, let's start with round 1. I think this is a redraw because we only have 2 power and quite some expensive drops or cards which are better later in the game, so I redraw. This hand is okay, not the best hand, but it's a playable hand. Let's see where this goes. So we drew another Sickle, that's fine. and have the 2-drop. Probably I won't play the Grave Tender on 3 because it's just a 1/1 flyer. So I attack and pass the turn. It's nice to draw the 4-drop, and our opponent also missed. So I start with the Preserver because then we will get a token from the Xenon Destroyer, which is very nice. And they both have quick draw because of the target color. Actually, yeah, the opponent was just influence screwed and conceded, but a win is a win. I take it. Let's see us for round 2. Okay, time for round 2. This hand is alright. You have 2-drop, 3-drop, 2 removal to back up the Xenon Destroyer. That's okay, so it's a keep. I think I'm playing the 2-drop, but I'm not gonna discard a card for the Sabotage because we really need the 4 power, and Sabotage quite often actually misses. Okay, yes. The 3/2. I think I start here with the Amonera and not the Xenon Destroyer, because then we have to actually play the removal on the soldier, and if we play the Amonera first, we get quite some scout value of the removal spells. Let's see what he has. Mass Red Arms. It's a bit annoying, but actually not of a big deal. I take here 5. And most likely play now Extinguish on his master. Scout. I think I can put this to the bottom. We will draw 2 cards and we got another 2-card draw, and it's like not so important to draw power at the moment, and we anyway top out at 6, so I think it's alright to put it on the bottom there. Okay, okay. So this card is sometimes a bit scary because of the flying and double damage and equipment and stuff. So we either kill it right now or play out 2 creatures and most likely kill it a turn later. I think I go here with the Living Example and the Destroyer to develop our board and put some pressure onto him, and if he has an equipment we most likely still can kill it with Extinguish. Okay, so we take 12. It's a bit annoying, but it is how it is. So let's think. I think I'll attack here with the Reckless one, and probably with this one too, to if he wants to trade these and I keep the Reckless one, maybe not. I think I just trade here and kill his flyer, just that we don't die from some more pump spells. Okay, as a torch. Okay, okay. So I destroy his flyer. Scout. Let's check. We don't have a whiz, but I still keep him on top, and let's get 2 life. And pass the turn. Okay, another flyer. It's a bit annoying because we are on quite a low life total already because of the double damage pump, but Let's see. Okay. This is really getting annoying, so we might die pretty soon, to be honest. I attack with both here because the enemy won't block, and then start with the lumen and hope we draw some removal to deal with the flyer and don't just die at this point. We're already at 1. It's quite annoying to get blown out by like overheat. So here we are just dead. So I'm gonna concede. That was a bit unfortunate. Round 3. Let's hope that this goes a bit better. This is a clear redraw. Let's hope we get a good hand and some good draws. This hand is alright. It's a good blocker. We have a removal. We have the preserver, which is a lot of value. Let's hope we don't get run over by flyers again with combat tricks. Let's see. Okay. He might be on the same factions as we are, or he might splash one of these colors. Yeah, most likely. He's playing a 3-color deck. I play the training grounds, so I can scout. I think I don't want Spore Breath at this point because we don't really can play it for quite some turns. I could have waited with the monk, but I just wanted to go to have him in the hand and have the scout already and not wait until we have the AromaNova on the board. Okay, now we go with the AromaNova and pass the turn. The hand now is quite good. We get some tokens here, can devour maybe something, get the tokens back. Let's see. Okay, this is not a big deal if he extinguishes this one, as long as he doesn't have the next removal in the hand for the preserver. Otherwise we might get quite some value of it with 2 other radiants in the hands. Just need to find the second shadow source. Okay, this is not a big deal. This is annoying, but yeah, I can live with this. So what to do here? I could devour and get out the Grave Tender, or go with Destroyer. I think I draw 2 cards here of the token. And get the 3/3 flyer and pass the turn. I anyway want to play a Wisp, and if the Wisp dies we have the Soulbringer. Now we found the second Shadow Sigil, so we can easily get it back if he has some sort of removal. Okay, this is also a bit annoying, but also not such a big deal. So here I think I'm gonna extinguish his... Let's see. Maybe I should go with Umbran and the Monk, because at this point we don't really have something to discard here. Maybe later. And we could discard a unit to get some Wisp back. And if I play these 2, I can also attack now for some damage and can remove his flyer later. The 2/6 is not such a big deal at this point. Let's see what he does now. Next turn we have quite some attackers if he doesn't have a big blocker, so we could most likely get some damage in and get at least a token back, but I hope to get a bit more back than just a 1-1 wisp. If he dies we at least get a 3-3 vanilla, but it's better than a 1-1. Let's see what he does. There's quite some mana and 4 cards left, so yeah, let's see. Okay, this is not so good for me, because now I can't destroy it anymore with Extinguish, but we actually... oh, teleport, that's good, so we can bounce him. I think I play it on the Lifesteal Berserk, bounce his flyer and attack with everything, but don't Berserk him, because okay, that's enough for him. So we win again. That's the second win. So we have the next game. Let's hope of a good hand. This hand is quite good. I like to keep this. We have a 2-drop, 2 good 3-drops and a removal. This is exactly the hands I like a lot. So let's start with a Sigil and pass the turn. Miri's Nightshade is a good late game card, but usually you just trade it up in the early game unless he doesn't do that much. But he often trades quite good. But I think here it's better to start with the living example, because the longer I have the example on the board, the more likely I actually get some value of it, and I can play Nightshade later. He has the Secret Weaver. Secret Weaver is quite good. I think here I lead with the Destroyer and hope that I can follow it up with the Wisp next turn. Maybe I have to play the removal so I don't jump attack, but I hope I can attack and trade and get the Wisp out and get the 4-4 for some value. Okay, so yes, just a blocker, that's alright, and he doesn't attack. It's actually not a bad hit. I attack first and see what happens. Oh, yeah, that was quite bad. I should have played the Wisp first. Now, yeah, that was really bad, oh my. Now I think I play the Nightshade, the power, and pass the turn. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, sometimes you play bad and sometimes you play good, and sometimes it doesn't matter at all, to be honest. Now it's annoying because I have to extinguish his creature, and I attack actually with both, because I'm fine trading the Nightshade for the Secret Weaver. Okay, yeah, that was played unfortunate, but next turn we might have to jump attack and at least get a 4-4 and have tribute on the Grave Tender. But yeah, this could have been played better. Let's see if it matters or not. Okay, yeah, now he has like the good block. This is not the best attack. I'm fine taking a damage there. And I keep on playing Shadow Sigils, so let's attack. Oh no, it's unbelievable, I did it again. How bad can one be? Oh boy. Holy. Let's see. I could either curse him, but I don't really want to give him a card because he's a bit stuck. But maybe I have to, because otherwise he can attack quite easily and it's the better power usage. Maybe I actually manage to not mess up the next turn. Sometimes are you in the mess up mode and you do the same misplay 2 turns in a row. Let's see if we can do this better. I hope. Okay, that's a bit annoying, but not that big of a deal if you take some damage here. You have quite a high life total. This is annoying. Now we take quite a lot, but we still have quite some cards. Okay. Here I go with the Wisp and attack now, like I should have done it some turns before, but better late than never. So we get the 4/4 and the Grave Tender, and we already get 2 spiders. Here do I need to play the power? Not really, so I keep it in case I drew some other power and get actually some value of it. This is a bit annoying, but also I can handle this, I think. So what do we have? We have 1 Wisp, and this one is also a Wisp. So I think I'm gonna attack with both and hope he eats the Wisp, so I just get it back to be able to ultimate again, but it just takes it all. So I think I go with the 5/5 and play the power now. In case I draw another one, I can play both spells. Okay, this is bad for me. It's a really good card, and I'm not sure how I will get through this card, but at least he didn't have. Okay, teleport might help maybe a bit. So I think I have to attack with everything here and get as much damage as possible before the Drake eats me, and after combat I probably can play Torrent for maybe 3 spiders and get 2 wisps back. So I destroy the Secret Reaver because I don't want him to draw cards. I trade these and he eats this one. Okay. This was the wrong way around again. Oh man, one less spider. I play so bad this game. But yeah, I think I still do 2 spiders, and I have a 6/6 fly, which is as big as his dragon will be. I just have to probably have to destroy his 2/4 so he can't ultimate this one next turn. So I think I attack with these. Okay, takes everything, destroy this one and play the Umbran. Pass the turn. Hopefully it's not the 5/6 Echo Dragon he drew here or something other mean, but he's quite on a low life total. I will have a teleport next turn and maybe I can just attack with everything and actually win, even I played terrible this game. I apologize for this. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So I can do 4 damage next turn, and he has to trade off the big guys. This is, I think I'm gonna do this. I played on the flyer obviously, so he has to jump block. At least I saw it in the last possible moment. Attack with everything. He goes to 1, he has to jump block with his big flyer. I can play a Seeker to probably get life and another 4/4. I think this game should be pretty over unless he has like Harsh Rule or something, or 5 blockers and then again some blockers. Yeah, now he needs 3 blockers. That's 1. So he needs 3 blockers or some sort of life steal, but even then I'm still quite ahead. But let's see what he has. Otherwise I can still attack with the deadly ones to make sure he doesn't have like good blocks, but I think I attack here just with everything. Even if he... yeah, I thought so. So, play bad, get sort of rewarded. And I promise I play the next game better. Okay, time for the next round. This hand is okay. I think I'm gonna keep this. We basically need like 1 more power and we're pretty set with the hands. And we have a turn 1 spell and a scout, so we might easily find the needed power. So let's see what we have on top. And I leave this on top obviously and pass the turn. He just has like the 03 flying dude and also a training grounds. This is nothing to worry about yet. So let's start with 2-drop and pass the turn. Okay. So here I think I will play the Umbran and see what we will draw. I might just trade off these 2 if he attacks. If not, it's also fine. This is a bit annoying, but also not such a big deal. So here I can either destroy him and get some attacks in, or try to develop the board more. But I think I go here with removal because otherwise I don't really use the power quite good. So I start with the removal, and also because he triggered Nightfall, he doesn't get the value of my Nightfall, and I get in here for 5 damage. And after that we might get off some value. Oh, this is a good one. Not exactly what I like to see. So I think I play here the Seeker and the Amanera and pass the turn. This is quite a good card. He now will have really big units, which I hope I can somehow deal with. But yeah, that's very scary. in combination with the tinker he gets, now he gets like a huge body. And we don't really have attacks here. Keeps it on top, okay. If he attacks, I would try to trade it off. Here I go with the Parma. It was quite a good draw on the Seeker and bounce off his 6/6 so it doesn't get the double value of his next draw. And I'm gonna attack with this one and this one and make him one bigger, and he can trade off if he wants to. That's fine for me, or yeah, that's okay. Take some damage, pass the turn. So if he gets some more units, okay, that's quite good. This would have been a lot worse. So we don't have a wisp yet. So I think I just play the 5/5 and pass the turn. Maybe I attack next turn and devour to get a token, and wow, a Great Parliament too. It's quite a good deck. Oh. Quite a good deck, this guy. But let's see. Okay. So I think here I actually attack with Seeker. Do I? Yeah, most likely to get the 4/4. And a token. And I draw 2 cards, because he would die anyway. Even though I don't get lifesteal trigger next turn, but so play this one and pass the turn. So we have quite a board, and he only can really attack with his 5/5, and I might get another flyer down next turn and most likely attack with some of the creatures. Let's see with how many I end up attacking, but I kinda want tribute with both of these. Okay, that's okay. That's not bad. So I think I attack with everything here. He most likely eats, no, with the 5/5. I attack with the rest. He most likely eats the 4/4. Maybe I have to get in as much damage as possible because of the huge flyer coming next turn. Okay, this is fine. He takes a lot damage. He's already down to 4. And I think I get 2 spiders and a 3/3 flyer. Pass the turn. Now he gets a giant flyer, but he only has 3 blockers then. And if he doesn't have anything else, he's dead here. Yeah, so we win this one. This was a bit lucky versus the 2 legendaries, but we managed. So we have the next game here. This hand is okay. I think I'm gonna keep this one because we have nice 2-drop, 2 removal, and the Parma. The hand is okay. It's not the best hand, but it's alright. Another power is nice, we kinda need it. Let's see. Okay. So we play the 2-drop and see what he does. I'm not gonna trade if he attacks. If he wants to sacrifice it to silent, I'm more than fine with this, but I don't think he will do it. This is a bit annoying, but not such a big deal. He trades like off a card for like the effect, but it's still a 2-2. And he most likely has a fast spell because there was a stop. Could be maybe +1/+1 or a finest hour. I think something in this direction, but nothing I couldn't handle. So that's another power. I think I go here with the aggressive line and destroy his creature. If it is a finest hour, it's alright. I trade versus the finest hour. If not, he takes some damage. And next turn I most likely can bounce his drop, get in another 5. Well, I'm not gonna bounce this one. I can attack for 2 and get the Umbran to the board. And next turn I will have some options between bouncing, removal, sabotage. Okay, it's a bit annoying. So I most likely bounce it for now. And I'm not gonna berserk here. Maybe I should have played the thing on, yeah, he's anyway gonna eat one of these. But he still takes 5. I hope I can raise him so he's stuck on power, which is most of the time pretty good. Here he has either entrapment or a bounce spell, so I start off with the delinquent and play a sabotage to see what he's up to. He has no spell, so I think I'm gonna extinguish here and get in as much damage as possible. This is very annoying. This is very, very annoying. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about this card. Maybe I should have. Because now I don't really have anything left, and he actually starts to get creed-owned life gain. Very annoying. I can't really play this one, so I pass. And I really hope to draw some good cards, because at this point he quite turned the game around and it was a bit of a blowout to have the Wasp there with me using the removal on the flyer. But the removal on the flyer maybe anyway was fine. I take 3, I don't care about a bit of damage. I just hope to draw something good. This is something good, so I can pump up a Wisp. I still don't want to play the Xenon Destroyer, so I just gonna pump him up and pass the turn again and hope I get off some valuable traits from his attack. I'm not so sure. Okay, I think I'm gonna, no, I'm not gonna double block. I think I'm gonna double block this one and just take 7. He can trade off with the token here, or maybe if he has a trick he can trade off both, and I'm kind of forced to play the Xenon Destroyer next turn. Okay, it's not such a big deal. It's the 2 least valuable units I have I lose here, but it's still pretty annoying. because now he's really ahead on board and I take quite some damage. Now I just need to draw something good. This is not what I was looking for, but yeah. Let's do this and pass the turn and hope we get some draws. And if he attacks here, I trade off the destroyer. Otherwise I anyway have to jump attack, which is very annoying. But most likely we'll just don't attack and pass. Well, or not. So let's see. I think I'm gonna trade off this one and trade off this one and take 7. Unless he has another spell. Oh wow, that's huge. This is very annoying. He drew quite good. And the Tribute Lumen. Wow, and I kinda have not much left. But yeah, not dead yet. Not yet. But yeah, soon. It's actually looking pretty bad in this game. This would be the second loss, but maybe I can anyway win some more and aim towards the nice 7 wins. Let's see, but I probably need some pretty good top decks. Torrent of Spiders would actually be quite good. Some spiders on this board would slow him down a lot. Okay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So, what do I have to do here? Okay. If I block this one and this one, I go to 1. I can't. So I have to take like 6 and hope I draw something. But yeah, it kinda has to be. Yeah. Now I'm just dead, so I'm gonna concede. That was a bit unfortunate. Okay, time for the next round. This is a redraw because I have no time sigil. This is okay. It's not doing that much yet, but we have some good draws to maybe get something with the killer. Some life gain would be nice. Otherwise we at least have a solid 2-drop and can follow it up with a 3-drop. I'm not gonna trade these off. This was quite a good draw. It's life gain, deadly. It goes well with the instinct. I hope I can keep the wisp until I actually can play the defender. Alright. Or it's just a 2-2 wisp. But this is also not such a big deal. Here I'm just gonna pass. Okay. So I'm gonna play this one, get some life, pass again. So next turn I can killer, extinguish, whatever I need to. If he uses the stalker here, it's fine. I just can remove his unit and he wasted his whole turn. He did like nothing. So I think I go with the extinguish on the stalker in case he has entrapment or something, and attack with the 2-2, which I'm gladly trade off versus something to turn on the spore breath and pass the turn. Okay. So it's a wisp. It is already okay. I think I'm gonna play here the curse to get an additional draw, and I pass again the turn and hope to draw some more business to get better on the board. That's a bit annoying, but I can handle it. That's quite nice. So what do we do here? I have 8 power. I think I'm gonna play the Preserver, and I think I'm also gonna play the Soulbringer and get back the Wisp and another token and pass the turn. If he attacks, I have quite some blocks I can make, or can just trade it with the 1/5. Yeah, let's see. Now I really have to trade off this one, which I'm gonna do right now, because otherwise the Sheriff will take over the game and it's very annoying. Then I think I'm gonna pump up a Wisp and play the Seeker, pass the turn. The Blade Whirl doesn't do much at this point, but he might at a later point in this game do some more. Otherwise I will just keep on growing my tokens to have some better blocks. Okay. I think I'm gonna pump up another one and play the Lumen, and I have to pass the turn again. At least I got another token. The board keeps growing. Let's see where this game goes. Just hope he doesn't have some flyers, but there aren't that many in Combray. Okay, this is a bit annoying, but not the biggest deal. Okay, that doesn't do anything. So I have -2, -2. I could make this one 4/4, but I don't think that it's what I want to do at this point. Kinda don't have really good attacks, so I pump up the Wisp and do I want to play the Blade Whirl? Probably not yet, so I pass the turn again. He's also quite low on cards, and the board is a stall, so it might take a while until either of us finds a card to actually break the stall. That's okay. Let's see, I still don't really have a good attack, so I just pump up this one to 6. Play this one and pass the turn again. I can -3 at the moment. At some point I might just shrink the Paladin. Okay, that's annoying, but not the worst that could have happened. So I think I'm gonna shrink this one so I can start attacking. And I'm gonna attack with the 2/3 ones and the 4/3, I think, to trade off some of his units and hopefully can start with some bigger attacks next turn, if he wants to trade off the stuff or not. He kinda has not the baddest trades, but he chooses to not trade off this one for a token, which is okay for me. And now I'm quite ahead on the board. He most likely kept these two to be able to double block this one or to block this one, but I still can attack with these two next turn and even with this one. So here he attacks. That's most likely a tribute unit, so I just take it. So it just gets a 5-4 and not a 7-6. I think it's most likely this card. Or the flyer. That's even more important, to not have lifesteal on this unit. Wow. This is annoying. Okay. Here I'm gonna pump up this one, destroy this one, and attack with the 2/6 power units to get in quite some damage, 2 nightfall damage, and hopefully draw something good. But Vanquish's Blade was pretty good. Next turn he can trade off one, block the other, and would take a lot of damage. Maybe I can just ace base and raise. Okay, maybe not. Oh, it's not bad. That's not bad. So I think I played a Parma on the 6th, so I can't trade it off with this one. Bounce the flyer. Now if he blocks 3 units, he's dead. So I ace base here and hope he doesn't have a removal, which I don't think he has. Otherwise I still can draw some cards, get a bit of life, but most likely he's just dead here. He kinda has to block the biggest units and trade off his whole board, and he still takes 9, and with the nightfall he's at -1. Let's fight. And pass and have nightfall lethal. Nice. So that's another win. So we are at 5 wins already, which is already quite some good value, and let's hope to get in 2 wins more. Here we go again with the next game. This hand I don't really like, it just doesn't do anything, so I redraw. And got the even worse hand. Let's hope we draw kinda into it and find some things we can actually play, so we don't just die while doing nothing. While he curves out. This was also a bit unfortunate draw, so I still need to actually draw something good, otherwise I might get too far back and die. But this draw is alright. I'm gonna discard a Shadow Sigil and play the Sabotage. Okay, I got a card, that's good. And here I can either block or trade off with his deadly if he attacks with the deadly. I would take this trade every time, because the deadly unit is so much more valuable than a 1/3 with quick draw. It actually is more of a good 2-drop blocker than an attacker without weapons or something. Maybe he can attack with the Blade Whirl, but most likely I will trade him off if I can to turn on the Spore Breath. Maybe I even have to devour him at some point. But let's see what he has. Okay. This is some damage. But there could have happened some worse things. Not sure if I have to play the Parma to have a block next turn, but I don't think so. I still can block this one. A spider. Maybe, I think at this point I'm just gonna make a spider and pass the turn. Even though it's not really much value, it's more of a late game card, but the 1/1 deadly matters on this board quite a lot. And it also helps with all the other things I have. Okay. This is fine. Not sure what he's gonna do now. Okay, he trades them off and the spell. That's one card ahead for me. The only problem is I take here 8. Okay. Okay. So now I can play Blade Whirl, pump this, but I think I'm just gonna bounce his small unit and go with the Blade Whirl next turn. I just don't want him to have like lethal damage on the board, and kinda when he removes both units I'm basically just dead, so I rather shrink him and get something else on the board. So I have 7 power, so I play the Blade Whirl. Now I can play a 2-drop or leave open Devour. I think I just play another 2-drop and see where we go from here. This way I also don't have to trade if he attacks with both. If he... yeah, maybe I still have just to trade with him. It's also fine with Spore Breath. Okay. This is not the worst that could happen. And I think I jump block here to not go on such a low life total and have Spore Breath next turn, so I can get rid of his whole board actually. Not sure if I even have to do this, but I think I do it. And I don't attack here, the value is just not big enough in case he has some sort of charge unit. I might devour him at some point, but I don't have to do it yet. I hope I just draw some more business to get on the board. Okay, this is not the biggest deal. It's just a 3/3 vanilla. This is not what I wanted to draw, but yeah. It's okay. I'm still quite in the game at this point, unless he has some good cards in hand. But it seems that he doesn't. I play another power. I don't really have some more where I want to discard power spells. Here, what could he have? I think I'm just gonna block this one and take one because of tribute and pump spells. Yeah, this is a bit annoying because I have to let it happen, otherwise I would take way too much damage and die next turn most likely. Oh boy. Yeah, play this one and most likely jump block and devour to hopefully draw some things. I'm not gonna trade versus the token. I need to draw cards here. Okay, that's fine. They both help me on this board. Oh, and the Soulbringer. Let's see what we have. We have a Grave Tender. We have only a Grave Tender. So I most likely play these two. So I could trade and eat this, yeah, and pass the turn. If I get the opportunity to attack next turn, I will. Even though to get tribute. But here I just block 2 and see if he has another trick or not. He doesn't. He gets tribute, so I hope he doesn't have. Okay. It's annoying. That's also annoying. So I just attack here and hope he doesn't. So I'm not sure. The Grave Tender doesn't help me a lot. I think I'm just gonna pass here again and hope I can get tribute next turn. Okay. This is also pretty bad for me. I go down to 5. Now if I don't draw anything, I have to... Okay. Let's think about this. I don't get tribute on the flyer if I want to kill her with the 4-3. If I don't really want to kill her just 2-2. So maybe I have to just play the Soulbringer, get back Grave Tender, and I think I just have to pass at least one turn. Maybe I should have killed the flyer. I don't really want... Yeah, I should have killed the flyer and just leave him the Magus, because I don't really want to jump block here. Okay, I can't really jump block here because I got... Okay. Yeah. I don't see the value in jump blocking. I will have to jump block next turn. This is also not what I wanted. Yeah, not looking good. Maybe this is the last round, unless he has like 3 sigils in hand and I top deck some good cards. But I have to top deck quite some good cards. This is a beginning. At least now it's even again, but every unit he draws gets charged, which is very, very bad for me. So he only can hit me to 1 here, at least. At least 1 is not dead yet. Oh, that's quite a good draw. Getting some life back at this point is very important. Even if I have to attack, oh wow, this is... Yeah, that's the win for him. So he can ace base here and I'm dead. So this was the last round. Yeah, we managed to get 5 wins. That's okay. It's not the best deck I ever drafted, and I played far from the best that I can, but I still hope you all enjoyed the draft, and yeah, see you around. And I might do some more videos if you like it, and I hope you enjoy draft videos.